Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hello, my name is Marty Levinson, and I want to welcome you to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I am Marty Levinson, or at least an exact genetic duplicate. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet hope, Chicago. 2 is 4.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the World Wide Web at www.ntnm.org. You got links there to catch us on YouTube, where at this point, 175,000 shows have been watched. We've been smashed. The thing is just escalating, and we're getting more and more watches all the time. So it's going to be The election is coming. The election is here. Okay, next Tuesday is when you're going to go out to the polls and cast your ballot for alderman and mayor. And it is a pleasure to feature somebody we've had on the show before and somebody who makes a really good impression on people. He's a lieutenant in the Chicago Police Department. He's running for alderman of the 45th Ward, and that is John Garrido. John, how you doing?
Very good. Thank you again for having me on the show for, I think it's the third time now, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. And, well, that obviously means that I'm a fan of sorts. So, and we want to say hi to Jeff Stein. And
hello, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely a good guy in any event. So let's talk about what you want to do as alderman.
There's so many things that we want to do, but I think one of the most important things are my wife Anna and I have lived in the ward for 10 of our 13 years of marriage, and we've seen as storefront after storefront has just closed their doors. And there doesn't appear to be any specific plan in place. So what we need to do is we need to draft a master plan. Now, we've spoken to business owners and chambers of commerce, and they've told us that there have been plans in the past, but basically they've been shelved due to either lack of funding or lack of interest. So what we want to do is we want to come up with a master plan, and it's got to be a viable plan, one that works and makes sense. Then we need to establish short-term and long-term goals, and we're going to put those on our website so that way they can be tracked monthly. And, for example, one of the short-term goals would be to take and maybe use some of these storefronts and put, art. We'll have the local art students, they can display their art and make like, short-term galleries until we can get those places filled. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to have a business development liaison officer in our office. And this person, I say officer because of the police thing, it's a business development liaison person. And what that person will do is basically hold the hand of any business owner that wants to come in and they want to set up shop in our ward. And what we'll do is we're going to have a database of all the vacant storefronts and all the vacant properties in the ward, and we're going to find a location that makes sense, that's going to fit for that business. And then we're going to walk them through City Hall, cut through the red tape, get them set up for their licensing, get them set up with opportunities for any loans that are available or any TIF funding through the SPIF program. And we're just going to basically perform a partnership with them and allow them to succeed, because so many times businesses come in, they set up shop, it's hard to find and navigate some of the websites and to figure out exactly how to get up and running, and then they struggle for a year and then they end up closing their doors again. We want businesses to stay in our community to bring jobs and revenue.
No, it sounds good. It sounds good. Since you're a police officer, what's your stance on the police department and the lack of manpower right now in CAPS?
Well, once again, there's this talk of reallocation, and that is just a huge mistake. Just a huge mistake. We pay taxes on the northwest side just like they do on the south side and the east side and the west side of the city. The problem isn't that we need to be moving police officers around and taking them out of the areas that they consider to be slower, because they're not always slow. Some of the stats might be lower, but we have gang crime and we have graffiti and we have problems up in our area of the city just like everywhere else. Our ward is basically, majority of it's covered by the 16th District. The 16th District is over 30 square miles. It's huge. At one time we had over 300 officers in that district, but because of retirement, we're down to less than 210 officers. It's becoming impossible. They're doing a great job, but it's becoming extremely difficult to actually police that area. And when you don't have a sustained presence of manpower on the street, you're going to have increased crime. And we don't want to be reactionary and trying to fix the problem after things have gotten out of control. We want to maintain our community and keep it safe. And that's just not happening under the current administration.
What are the boundaries of the 45th Ward?
The boundaries of the 45th Ward are basically Cicero, west to Nagel, and Irving, north to Devon. We have a segment that's just east of Cicero that's called Mayfair Park, and that's between Lawrence and Montrose and Elston. And then it jogs in and out in a couple other locations. But that's the general vicinity.
That's where I went to junior college when there was a Mayfair before it was the Irish American Heritage Center.
That's right, the Irish American Heritage Center. Great place, yes.
Definitely, although I have to say that the idea of having spigots in the college might not have been a bad idea in the day either.
Yeah, probably. right, good idea.
Yeah, in any event, CAPS program.
CAPS is like so many programs that come and go within city government. Initially, great idea. There was funding for it. We were able to go full speed ahead with CAPS, and you need to have a program. We used to have just neighborhood relations, and CAPS kind of expanded on that, and it allowed us to work together with the communities, and it had a significant impact. But the problem is, just like everything else, due to lack of funding, they started to peel layers away little by little until now it's become a skeleton of what it once was. We definitely need to get that back on track, and where we need to do that is so much of our money is tied up, and I hate to keep on dwelling on TIFs, but there's hundreds of millions of dollars sitting in these TIF funds that can be used for things like the Chicago Police Department, the Chicago Fire Department, the Chicago Public Schools. This is money that was diverted away from our tax dollars that's sitting idle right now. That program needs to be suspended. There are a lot of good ideas in there for small businesses, and we need to maintain that portion of it, but we need to there's over $500 million being dumped into those funds each year, and it's not being utilized properly. So we need to get that money, and we need to send it back to where it belongs and allow us to hire more police officers so we can have police officers on the street, and so we can improve and increase our CAPS program and get it back on track, because it really does make a difference when you're working together with the community. There's different areas of the city where it doesn't always work, but that's just the way it is, and it's incumbent on us as the Chicago Police Department to actually increase the turnout and get people more involved.
I agree. Want to give people your contact information?
Yes. Please go to johngarrido.com. That's JOHNGARRIDO.com. And you can also come out to our office at 5523, losing my voice here, 5523 North Milwaukee Avenue, or give us a call, 773-594-2870. This is the time. If there was ever an opportunity for us to change the landscape of our city government, it's now. We need you to come out and vote. Thank you.
Lieutenant John Garrido, 45th Ward. Vote early and often. Good luck, John.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.